Good morning, everyone. This is the second time I've tried to do a live this morning because the first time YouTube says stream cannot be created. Fucking YouTube sucks dick. All right. What do we got? Every thumbnail or picture I try to upload for a thumbnail is bigger than 2 megabytes. Come on. It uploaded it before. I know goddamn well it's not bigger than 2 megabytes. Hi, Mandy Brown. How are you? Looks like we're doing that at Mandy Brown. We're doing the at thing again, huh? YouTube is screwing with us. I noticed that on Steve looking for silver stream last night. I noticed that on Durbin's auction stream yesterday. Well, what is my thumbnail for today? My thumbnail, because it's so plain, is the 10th Special Forces Group flash on the beret. It's the solid green one. And the 10th Special Forces Group's nicknames are the Originals because they were the original Special Forces Group in the United States Army, of which I was a proud member for 3 years from 1980 to 1983. I was in Signal Company. I was in the Base Operations Platoon 2 in the receiver section, receiving Morse code from deployed detachments and breaking the code on the messages and shipping them off to the message center where they got distributed to wherever they needed to go to. But yeah, I was a guy on the receiving end of the radio listening to deployed detachments. So that was fun, those 3 years. Yeah, that was 1980 was when I bowed out of the Special Forces qualification course the first time in second phase. And I was a radio operator. And as a radio operator, I would have been on the deployed detachments sending the encrypted messages to the message center, to the receivers, which I was. But I got bounced out in 1980, went back and got qualified in 1986. So I had to keep my body in tip-top shape for 6 years to go back through the course and get qualified. Hey, you can do it if you want to. Just got to set your mind to it. All right. 3 things we got today. We got a package from the coin crew, which is very light, so I'm thinking we ain't got much in there. And I have my first Special Service Force coin collection here we're going to go over. So I'm going to take some of the coins down to the guys at Range Tech who are putting us up for the weekend and allow us to use our range. So I'm going to give them a little something special. I have some extra stuff in there, so I'm going to give them something. Yes, Mandy's Candy. Yes, Mandy Brown. Why do they do that? And I don't know. I mean, there are names that I'm not familiar with. I'm just not. So, anyway, what else did we get? Oh, I wanted to show you. I got my 400 Legend. Remember, I showed you that box a couple of videos ago or a couple of lives ago, a box of parts. I showed you a barrel. I showed you a handguard. I showed you lower receivers not put together. Showed you everything. Well, we're almost there. That's what we got right now. Look at the suppressor I put on the front. It's even threaded for a can. She looking good. She's been test fired. We have test fired it, and it's throwing them out, throwing empties out at 4 degrees or 4 o'clock. So the gas system is all right. The next thing we're going to do is put a scope on. I have decided on Vortex rifle rings. scope rings. And I have two 6-hour scopes, but they're both 3x12s by 44s. So I have decided on putting a Leupold. And this one is a 3x9x40. Be a nice scope. Be a nice scope for that rifle, I think. Compact. I really would have liked to have put like a 2x6 on. But this is a Variax 2, so it's not the most expensive. I think the most expensive is a Variax 6 now. I have a Variax 3 on my 220 Swift, but it's a 3x9x50 mil. And this is a 40, so I think this will be all right for deer at 200 yards. It'll be all right. It's got this nice little mat that comes with it. Real nice. Nice little cleaning mat that comes with it. I have bought this a while ago at a auction. It was, I don't forget what I paid for it. 200. I think I paid 200 for it. It's got a warranty card. It's got the book, official owner's manual, product registration, blah, blah, blah. Well, they got a tag in the box that says 220, and I know it's worth every cent of that. So we're going to put that one on this rifle, and then we're going to sight that in, and we should be good to go for deer season. I do see, I went in town this morning, had to go to the bank. I saw sheriff's deputy off the right side of the road flashing his lights and car up ahead of that. See a couple kids in the ditch. I'm going, that's big blood splotch on the highway. Somebody hit a deer. But I'm going, why are they in the ditch? Usually they just leave them lay. This time of year, though, some people will pick them up for meat. I would. But I pull up and I go real slow going around them, and I see why they're pulling it out. It's a nice buck. It's probably, I don't know, 14 inches wide at the most, 14. Looked like a nice 8-pointer. And nice tall points. I would say the tallest point, looking at that deer, was probably 8-9 inches. And nice even rack, real thin. So it was a young deer, probably maybe a 3-year-old, 4-year-old probably. But another few years, give that deer another 3-4 years, that deer would have been a monster. Would have been a great rack. But they wanted the rack, so if they hit it, they get the rack, they get the deer. But if they want the rack, they got to take the whole carcass. That's a fact. I know that. Because I picked up deer, and sheriff comes out and he says, yeah, we'll give you a tag, but you got to take the whole deer. And so if there's anything that's not usable on that deer, you have to dispose of it. That's just the way it goes. You can't just cut a head off and leave the carcass in the ditch. You have to take responsibility for it. Hey, Tarragonsu, how are ya? Digger's here. He digs a lot of sheet. You know, if you came here and you dug in my yard, you know what you'd find? Find a lot of old farm stuff. Find a lot of screws, nails, broken pieces of iron, a lot of cast iron, especially. God knows what else you would find here. Cans, I'm assuming, pop tops, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I try. You know, I was on stream the other night with some of the panning guys, and there's a couple of real Italians in that bunch. And I said, explain to everybody, please, what a Goomba is from an Italian guy's standpoint. And it's a Goomba. It's a friend. It's a buddy. It's a good guy. That's a Goomba. And everybody associates Goomba with a game. I don't know. You computer gamers, you know the game. Anyway, there's a Goomba in there, and I guess he's a bad guy or something. I don't know. But a Goomba is a friend. It's a buddy. It's a decent guy. It's somebody you want to go to. You found a few silver dimes? Good, man. I do not do any metal detecting. I was thinking about getting a cheap detector, an analog, just one frequency, not multiple frequencies, and just detect around here and see what I can find. And you know what? I am still thinking about that. I might do that. Give me something else to do. Walk around outside. You know, I'm getting to the point in my life. I'm getting old. I'm getting crippled up. Can't walk as well as I used to. My wrists are bad. Don't shoot as much as I used to. I don't hammer on the anvil as much as I used to and make knives. I do some panning. And I got other stuff I have to take care of and clean and change oil in and stuff. But when it comes to changing oil and filters in cars now, I just take them in and have the guys in town do it. If it's in a lawnmower or the skid loader or my tractor, I'll do it myself. But I'm not crawling underneath vehicles anymore. Just I can't do it. So, I mean, I can do it, but it's real rough. And what else is new? Oh, my brother poured concrete in his garage, and the old garage that they used to put a car in, but it's a standoff from his house. He had demolished the house, put up a new shed, but that building was still there. Nice block building. He has a shop in one side of it, and there was a garage in the other. So what he's going to do is make the whole thing into a shop. He's going to knock a hole in the wall between, put an electric heater in there, concreted that floor, put benches around the walls, put lights in there, and boom, got another shop. And as old as he is, he's 1 year younger than I am, and he's in worse physical shape. I think he ain't going to use it that long. So, whatever. Up to him if he wants to spend the money. He's trying to do it on a cheap, so. Yeah, I know it's cheaper to do the oil myself, but getting up and down and crawling under vehicles because I got to jack them up, put jack stands under there, crawl back under, put the pan, drain the oil, wait for it to drain, either on the ground or get up and wait for it to drain, take the oil filter off, put a new oil filter on, put the plug back in, pull the oil pan out, let everything down, put oil in, run the engine, make sure there's no leaks. I get back down under there, make sure there's no leaks. Yes, I know. I did it for my trucks my whole life, my wife's car, all three of my daughter's cars, the tractor, the skid loader, the lawnmowers, rototillers, God, whatever else we've had. So, yeah, I'm just kind of tired of doing it. I just rather support a local business than have the guys do it for me. I know. It'd be cheaper if I did it. And that's why I still do everything other than the cars and the trucks myself. But I don't know. Whatever. Okay, what we're going to do, because we looked at the 400 Legend, I'm going to have to bring up another box and show you guys that I have another one that I'm making, putting together. It's not a 400 Legend. It's a 223, but it's going to be a folding stock carbine, an AR-15 folding stock carbine. And I got all the parts. I just got to put it up. Well, I was going to tell you something about this 400 Legend too. When I put it together, I had to get a new buffer spring and buffer because the weights are different for a 400 as opposed to a 223. The parts I had were for a 223. I was hoping that they would work, but they didn't. I knew I was going to need a couple of magazines, which I needed. The flash suppressor I got different. I wanted that one different. And the gas block, surprisingly, we use the same gas block. Had to get a whole new bolt and carrier. Why? Well, the bolt was for a 223, and the 400's got a bigger base, so needed a new bolt. I figured the carrier would work. But that carrier is brand new. And guess what? The gas key leaks. The gas key leaks. So I got to put a new gas key on the bolt carrier. So and when you buy a bolt and a bolt carrier, it all comes together. So I got an extra one I got to put a gas key on. So yeah, I had to spend a little more money than I thought I was going to spend, but I had to spend $400 in parts. So, oh, and I got a couple boxes of ammunition too, range stuff, just to throw down range when I put the scope on. But other than that, yeah, I got a 223 folding stock AR I'm going to put together. I got the parts. Might as well do it. Why not? You know, why not? There's just no reason not to have another gun. I got a box of parts. Let's put one together. I wish I could do that on, maybe I should do a video of that. I should probably do that. I should have probably done a video of this one. This one, it was kind of cool, man. It was kind of cool putting a 400 ledge together, but you know, lower receivers are lower receivers. It's not a bad thing. I think what I'm going to do is maybe on this one, I'm going to take the flat. You see the flat trigger guard at the bottom of the trigger there? I'm going to take and put a bent one on there that has room for you and your finger and gloves. You see how that one's nice and straight? I'm going to put a curved one in there that curves downward. I think that's what I'm going to do. I found that downstairs, so I think I'm going to do that. It just a couple of pins you punch out and put the other one in. It's not a big deal, but that way, if you're hunting with gloves on, it gives your finger a little bit more room to get in the trigger guard. That way you don't have an accidental discharge, which is one thing we don't want to have, accidental discharges. And I'm not going to say I've never had one in my life. I've had 3 in my life, accidental discharges. 2 of them I could kick myself in the ass for. And I have to admit that 1, 2, 3 of them, all my fault. So I got to admit that I'm not immune to it. I have 70 or 80 fucking weapons. Not all rifles, of course, like shotguns, pistols, whatever. But as familiar as I am with weapons and handling weapons, all my military career, all my childhood, up till now, I've had 3 accidental discharges, and they were all my fault. All my fault. Not being careful. I think the thing is you become so familiar with weapons that you don't respect them anymore. And you really need to. You really need to. Anyway, all right. Let's open a box. Should we open a box? And then we'll lay these bad boys out. We'll show you what we got. And what I'm thinking about doing is giving a tip to my hosts down at Range Tech, because the bunkhouse is free, the food is free, the range use is free. I'm going to tip them for special service for its coins. I believe that's what I'm going to do. Because they're all Special Forces guys, the 12th and 20th group guys. So it's kind of like a big reunion, but with guns. So I'm going to tip them, I think. Yeah, that'd be a thing to do. Let's open this box first. It's really light, so I'm thinking gold, platinum, something. I don't think there's too much silver in there. I'm hoping there's more gold. Hold up a second. There we go. Look at that bad boy. Yeah, we'll turn it that way just a little bit. All right. We got to get I'm starting to make a list of stuff I got to take down there. Don't forget your hearing aids and charger, your phone charger, your medication, not just clothes, but your medications, your hearing aids, your phone chargers, your hearing aid chargers, just all the extraneous bullshit when you get old. I swear to God. Yeah, all the extraneous bullshit. Oh, crap. All right, let's see what we got. We got more trash bags. Nothing in that one. Oh, yeah, something in that one. I hate this glue. I hate this glue on those boxes. Sticks to everything. All right, we got some stuff. Right up on top, looks like gold. All right, we got trash bags over there. Right up on top, looks like gold. So, let's see. I'm kind of wondering if this is from the last auction that was this last Sunday. I don't think so. I think this was from the Sunday before. Blockers. Oh, yeah. Blockers won the quarter time. And I think instead of sending it up to Canada, he said just send it over to Gary. So I think Block gifted me this. But I did get a Halloween squirrel sticker. Nice sticker. I don't have this one. Goes in my book with the rest of them from the Coin Crew. And here it is. It's a well-loved and written on Washington Quarter. Let's see if you can make that out. It says Angel MCSCC Mr. MR SCC Mrs. Angel Mrs. Coin Crew. I got it. Angel Mrs. Coin Crew. And they signed the coin. Keith Coin Crew. Well, now I can't put this in with the rest of them. I got to put this in my book. Yeah, I know. I got dirty fingers. That's what you get when you work on stuff. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. I didn't expect that. What did I do? I sent them a postcard that I got from Block. It was the squirrels all around in a circle worshiping that big cement nut. I sent it to them and said, please sign this. And they did. They signed that, but I don't know why they signed this. Unless they thought maybe it was going to Block. I don't know. Plus, I got a second one in there. I got a second one of these, so I'll send one to Jenna because she likes spiders. I'll send one of these to Jenna. I believe. Yes, sir. I think that's what I'll do. And this was the last auction. So they got that stuff here fast, man. Only took 4 days to get here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days to get here. This is I bought one of these. I don't know if I needed one or not, but a Route 66. Get your kicks in Route 66. I bought one just to have one. Kind of neat. It's got all the states listed right there in the little circles that Route 66 goes through. Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. I don't really need one because I'm in Iowa, but I used to live in Illinois. So I used to live in Missouri too, come to think of it, and Kansas. and Massachusetts and Georgia and North Carolina and back to Iowa again. Oh, I lived in Minnesota too. Yeah, I should list all the states that I have lived in my whole life. And here we go. This is what you're looking for. This is what I was looking for. I did not buy the 2.5 gram Atmex. I bought one of those last time, and I have plenty of those. And I did not buy the 1/10 ounce Eagle. Somebody else wanted that worse than I did. So this was a better buy, I thought. The 1 gram Atmex bar. I like the bar itself. Atmex, I have bought plenty of stuff from Atmex, but Atmex is a little pricier than some of the other retailers. But I have bought from them. They're very reputable. Customer service is easy to work with, but just a little bit more, just a little bit more in price. So let's put some of this up here. Let's put some of this stuff up here. I don't know if that'll fit in there. I don't think that's going to sit in there, but let me check. It might. Yeah, we'll sit that in there. We'll sit that in there. Okay. Then we'll put that right here, but we'll move everything over to the side so I have room for the next little surprise. And that would be this nice little piece of platinum. It's a nice Credit Suisse. Come on. Focus on there. Focus, you little critter. There you go. 1 gram of platinum. I needed some more platinum. Why? Just because. Diversification. That's why. Diversification. That is why. And we'll leave it like that. All right. That's what we got. That's what we got from the Coin Crew. All right. And then we got something for Jenna, too. Nice sticker for Jenna while we're at it. All right. Let's put this stuff up here. Out of the way. Over here. Out of the way. I got something else for Jenna because she likes spiders. My girls gave me this as that was in one of my Christmas presents, but I'm going to give this to her, too. It's got a little glow-in-the-dark stick in it. So Jenna's going to get that, too. When I get that box fixed, that cigar box, the hinges came out of the cigar box, so I gotta fix the damn thing. I'm going to glue it this time, I think. But I got to get to that today yet. And then I can load her box up and maybe send it to her. But the thing is, I keep getting stuff like this that I want to send her. So that box is going to weigh a ton by the time I get it done. All right, let's see what's on chat here. Let's just take a look. Mario Brothers, that's where it's from. You're right. Good morning, AZ. How are you? Yeah, okay. Well, nobody's posting anything new, are they? We'll go to live chat. No, doesn't remember. All right. We'll leave that up there. We'll leave that up there. There was nobody up this morning yet, so I just had to run into the bank. Let's see, where are the bags for these? Right here. Put these back in the bags. Yeah, I won't be at the Coin Crew auction this Sunday. You guys are going to have free reign. I won't be there. Why? Because I will be in Mercer, Missouri, shooting as much as I can shoot. I'm taking 2,000 rounds of 9mm and several hundred rounds of 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm not taking that because I won't have a scope on it yet. I'll set that up and do it here. All right, let's put this. Where's that other bag? Where are those other bags at? We'll put this stuff in here. All right, now we're going to take out the first special service horse stuff. This has all got to get inventoried yet. And written down. And taken out and put in the safe or book or wherever. All right, there's all the first special service horse stuff. I inventoried it the other day, so I know exactly what I have. Here's the 2013 3/4 ounces. I got my 2 3/4 ounces from, where did I get them? Atmex? I don't know. I think they're the only ones that had them yet anymore. And I don't know which ones are which here. I just have them in bags, that's all. I just got them separated by years and size and all that good stuff. Years and size. Those are 2013s. Right there. I think those are 2013s. Let me see. I just left that one in the Atmex package. What are these right here? Those are 2016s. Okay, 13s. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. See if I get this. 13s. Here is the only one of these that I have. It is a copper round. And even though it's in a MMX flip, I don't think it came in that flip, but it's a copper round. Hold up a second. Let me pull these back. Let me pull that back. Pull this back. We'll put that copper right over here like that. Okay. And these are 16, so we'll put them back here because we don't know what's going on with that. All right, what are these? I got a bunch of some years. I got a whole bunch, like 15s. 15s, I have a whole bunch. And that's what these are right here. Those are 15s. And I think 15s are the ones I'm going to give the guys down there. That's a whole tube of 15s right there. Those are all 15s. All of them. What do we got here? Some only got one or two of. Because I could only find them. Here's 19s. Like 21, I only have one of, I think. 19s I have two of. There we are. There's the 14s. There you go. 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s. 18s are the ones I need. That's 21 there. So what do I do with the 19s? These are 19s. Yeah, those are 19s. 21 because I'm gonna go back a little further because right in between here 1920 or 2020 they didn't make any because of COVID. Because of COVID. Oop, there we go. Down on the ground. Because of COVID. And these are what? 17s. 18 is the one I really don't have a lot of. This is only one 2018 that I have. Only one 2018. So 17, 18, 19, and 21. Oh, I got these back here. What are these? These are 16s. What are these? 14s, 15s, 16s. Right there, 16s. So there we go. 13s, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 21. Then we got these that go with it. So let's just take a look at them here. Where is my list? And I wrote to the Canadian Mint. I sent them a text. We'll see if they get back to me. But I wanted a complete list of all the first special service fourth coins, gold and silver. And we'll lay the gold ones out here a little bit, but here's what I got. 6 2013s, 3/4 ounce silver, right here. I do not have any 2013 half-ounce silver. I don't know if they made them. 2013, they had a 1/4 ounce gold, which I have, one of those. 2014, 6 half-ounce silvers. And 2014, a 1/10 ounce gold. 2015, I have 31 half-ounce silvers and 2 2015 1/10 ounce gold. I have 4 2016 half-ounce silver and 1 2016 1/10 ounce gold. 4 2017 half-ounce silver. Oop, that one just slid right out of there, didn't it? Looks like that needs a new flip. Well, that definitely needs a new flip. 4 2017 half-ounce silver and 1 2017 1/10 ounce gold. Then 1 2018 half-ounce silver, 2 2019 half-ounce silver, and 2 21 half-ounce silver, and the 1 copper metal. And I don't know if they made a half-ounce 2013 silver. I don't know. That's why I want to know. And I need a 2013 1/10 ounce gold. So if anybody knows where they're at. And then supposedly in 2018, they made a 1/10 ounce gold and a 1/4 ounce gold, and I would like those two. So possibly 4 that I need, maybe 3. But, and you'll notice that they changed the obverse. You'll notice that that is the arrowhead with the USA and Canada on, and the maple leaf and the star with the crossed arrows. And on this side, of course, it's the queen. But we're interested in this side. So 2013, it was a star and maple leaf. 2014, and this one's toning up. Nice. 2014 star in the maple leaf. 2015 star in maple leaf. 2016 eagle and maple leaf. So that's when they changed in 2016 to the eagle and maple leaf. 2017 eagle and maple leaf. 2018. These are the tough ones to get. Eagle and maple leaf. The 19. Oh, focus up a little bit, you little prick. Yeah, there you go. Eagle and maple leaf. And the 21. Eagle and maple leaf. And you ask yourself, why, Gary? Why are you collecting these? Why, Gary? Well, because of the importance of this unit in World War II. This was a sneak and peek unit. This was a special reconnaissance unit and sabotage. This is one of the forerunners to the American Special Forces groups today, to the Green Berets today. This is one of our grandfathers, one of our forerunners here, this unit. And that's why I collect them. And this actually started my Canadian coin collection, believe it or not. And you would like to see the copper, wouldn't you? I know you would. You would like to see this copper. And just for shits and giggles, we'll do the other side too. And it has listed all around the rim, all of the operations that they were part of. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad I got that one. I didn't know they even made them. So, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll take like 6, 21, and 28. Probably take 4 of them down there. I'll take 4, 6, 8, 10. I'll probably take 10 of them down, and I don't know how many guys are going to be there, or how many guys are associated with the range, but I'll take 10 down just in case, and pass them out. I'll put them in separate flips. I'll put them in separate flips for everybody, just in case I have to give them all out, But just as a tip for those guys, I'm not going to give them to everybody that's going, of course, but just to the guys that own and run the range and are letting us come down there for free. So, all right, let's put these, let's ship these back here. Let's just ship these back. These are the ones right here that I'm going to put in separate flips. So we'll do that and put them all over there like that. Keep them separated. I don't know. These are 13s. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 of them. Those are 3/4 ounces, though. I don't know if I want to get rid of 3/4 ounces. I'll give them a 1/2 ounce, I believe. All right. Let's take a look at the gold. And these things are so small, I got to have my old eyes to see most of them. There's a 2015. Here's a quarter ounce. That's a 2013. Quarter ounce, 2013. 16, 15, 16. 15. Man. 15, 16, 17. And this one is what? 14. So there you go. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18 should have a tenth and a quarter there. 19, I don't believe they made one. And 21, I don't know if they did or not. I have to look it up. And where do we look that stuff up? Right here. This book. That's where we look it up at. Canadian collector coins. This is newer coins here, edition 1 or volume 1. I would like to have volume 1. Volume 2 is where the newer coins are at. Volume 1 are where the older ones are at. I need a volume 1 if anybody knows where I can get one. If anybody knows where I can get one, I need a volume 1. They've been out of print for a while, so I would like to get them. 13 should have a 1/10 ounce here also, I think, a 1/10 ounce. And 2018 should have a 1/10 and a 1/4 there. Why I got 2 of these, I don't know, but I did. Obviously, I got a good deal on one of them, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, should be 18. Don't know if they did 21, and I don't know if they did a 13 half-ounce silver. I just don't know. So anyway, that's the gold ones. They're actually a pretty nice looking little coin. This is a 1/4 ounce, but come on. I know you want to focus on it. There you go. It's the same thing as the silver coins, but that's a 1/4 ouncer. Here's a 1/10 ouncer. And you guys know how big 1/10 ouncers are. 3.1 grams. Yep, that's what they are. It's really hard to see dates on these little buggers sometimes. Let's see. All the way back here to 17. Did they go to that eagle? Yes, they did. How about 16? Did they go to that eagle? Why, yes, they did. How about the 2015? Did they go to that eagle? Nope. Still a star. So it follows the same pattern as the silver. So anyway, what do you think about that? Freaking awesome, huh? What do you think about that? There's 13s, 14s, 15s. Whereas 16s, I think they're right there, 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s, 21s, and the copper. Just like that. We'll put Mr. Copper right down there. I should put Mr. Copper on a stand just like that so you can see him. So what do you think, man? Is my collection pretty well complete? The collection of large pennies is coming along just fine. We have all of them except two, I believe, on the front page. This one, the first one, 1858, and I need that one down there to 1893. Other than that, I'm good. I upgraded this one, and I put 3 or 4 more in there, so we're good on my large penny collection. I just need 2 there. And now I got to start working on my small nickels. Got to start working on my fish scales. Alrighty, peoples. Now we can talk. Now we can talk. All right. What do you think? I got to go out and clean out the wood furnace today. I want to get that done yet before it gets too cold out. All right. What do you think, man? What do you think? Let's put some of these back in bags so I don't screw them up. Those need different flips. All right. Let's not put them. We'll put the ones in bags that have decent flips on them. And if they're in these white 2x2s, I'm not taking them out to put them in flips. They can stay. They can stay in there. Now, if they make a particular book for these, I might take them out and put them in a book, but I don't think they make a book specifically for these. I don't think they do, but you ordered a Canadian coin for auction just for you. Stay tuned. It won't be here this week, but next week you'll want to watch. On your channel or Coin Crew or who? Whose channel is that auction going to be on? Or is it on Durbin's or who? Who? I sound like a fucking owl. Who? And, oh, on the flea market? Okay. So it'd be on Mama T's on Monday. Okie dokie. I will be there on Monday because generally her auction and Durbin auction clash a little bit. Usually I go to Durbin's first until it's done, and then I go to Mama T's after that. But if you got one on Mama T's, then yeah, next Sunday would be better. This Sunday I won't be here. I'd have to be on my phone, and that sucks. Trying to do the auction on a phone when you're not at home, and I don't know what they got for Wi-Fi there. So yeah, that's actually a bunch of shit. But yeah, next Sunday, okay, I will make a note on my calendar, which I have to do when I'm done with this. I'll make a note on my calendar to be at that one. These are a little bit harder to get in the bag here. They got too many of them. And you see, some years they made half and 3/4. Like, what year is this? 2013. Some years they made half and 3/4. Where's my sheet? Half and 3/4 silver, I thought. Man, Why is that being such a pain in my ass? Come on. One thing I hate about flips. Let's see. Which years did they make half and 3/4? Oh, they didn't. I thought they did, but half ounce silver, half ounce silver. 3/4 ounce silver was in 2013. Let me see what they say. The Mint's paperwork is wrong. The first one they sent me was wrong. I thought they did, but maybe not. All I see is half ounce all the way down. So 2013 was the only 3/4 ounce right here. Silver, and it might be that they only made 3/4 ounce that year, decided it was too expensive, and went to the half ounce after that. That might be why I don't have a half ounce 2013. That may very well be. What do we got here? These got to go into new flips. Do I got new flips? I have some. I have some new flips sitting up here. Instead of being in these cut off big ones, I don't really need those. I'll flip it around that way. Okay. And this big one is not cut. So this cut one gets thrown away. This one I can use yet. There's no sense throwing away good flips if they work. So that one broke, so we'll put it in another one in a smaller flip. All right, there we go with that one. And then we got to put all the gold back in his own little bag. Oops, dropped one. And I got to look for some gold I left up here on the table. That 1.08 gram nuggets I got from Durban. Unless I put them out in my gold room, I don't know, in my panning room. I might have because they're nuggets. I got my little nugget collection out there. I don't have many nuggets. I got some from Tuli Tuli. I got some Alaskan nuggets from her. I got those nuggets from Durban. I don't know where they came from. And I got, some nuggets from Nevada. I think that came off of Mama T's auction, if I remember right. I'm not remembering. Is Lisa here? Hi, Lisa. All right. There, we got all that stuff back in the bags. Put this guy back in the bag. There's 21 in there. I didn't put 20 in. Otherwise, they rattle around, so I put 21 in. Just keep everything in plastic, and that way it doesn't get all scratched and screwed up. But yeah, that's what I got. That's my little collection right there. I know I'm probably the goofy bastard. that collects stuff that doesn't really make a difference to anybody else, but put that right there. Put this and this right beside of it. Just like that. It gets folded like that. Goes in another bag. Where are you at? Goes in another bag like that. And that bag is gonna be rubber banded con. You sit up there. And it's rubber banded and it looks like that. There we go. Until I can find some way to display them. Well, I don't know how I can do that, but all right. So we're going to do that and that. We're going to put that over there. And we're not going to touch a gun because YouTube's policies. You can show the gun, but you can't handle the gun, not on live videos or not on a live stream. You can do it on video, and I probably will do that on video when it comes time to maybe put the scope on and maybe, come on down, and maybe put the scope on and take it on and sight it in. I might do that. I could do that, I guess. It's just really hard to on this phone because this is an old Galaxy A10E, and the screen is broke. If you notice, the screen is busted. And I've taken it out of the protector, and it doesn't fall apart, so I'm still using it. As long as I can still use it, I will. But I'm not going to get a new one till then. I mean, I've done videos, and you see them on my channel, but they're done with this phone. So I do have something. Oh, I was going through Canadian pennies last night. I rolled up 3 rolls anyway. I don't know. I got like 20 rolls of Canadian pennies sitting out in the other safe. I have some more up here, but I think I'm going to put in 2x2s. They're all from the 20s and 30s. The 40s, 50s, 60s. I got to go through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, see which ones I don't have, and then I have to get those. But see, like these right here. This is a 1941 broke E. A broken E on it. So I bought it like that in a bunch of pennies. I don't go through and look for errors. I just don't. I don't do that. I should send them to somebody to do that. That enjoys doing it. I think Curtis likes doing that. I don't know who else does. Likes going through pennies. I would send them to block, except sending that shit to Canada sucks now. And anything from Canada down here sucks. I sent block something in a card. Just took a letter post, no tracking, nothing. Just letter post. It only costs $1 something. And I'm expecting something back from him, and it can come in a card too. Letter post. So we'll see if that happens. But if it's anything bigger than that, I can't justify the cost. Especially when it's like a $40 or $50 coin, say $60 coin, and it's got to be in a little box or padded container or a padded mailer. And then they want to know what it's worth, where it's going, um, what it is. And then there's tariff duties, there's taxes, there's fees for going over the border for the border patrol or whoever. And it's not worth it. You know, you're going to half again the cost of the coin. So if it's $60 coin, there's going to be $30 worth of tariffs and taxes and duties on it. It's just not worth it. So you're going to have to get everything that's check with Paulie about what? Pennies? Lisa? He does pennies? Okay. I can check with him and see if he would like to go through them and see if there's any errors in there that are worth anything. But I got tons and tons and tons of pounds and pounds of American pennies that I put away that I don't look through. I just buy rolls and rolls of them and put them away. I bought that mint sealed bag of pennies. I don't know, 8,000 pennies or whatever's in there. And Durbin sent it to me in a box. And I paid the shipping. He paid half, and I paid half. And I just left it in the box. I put it in a safe. I just left it in the box. Didn't even look at it. Plus all the rolls that I bought since then that are in there. Matter of fact, I just bought a roll yesterday. Yesterday. Bought a roll yesterday, 2023s. 2023s. I have 2025. I don't have 2024s though. I don't know. I just buy them and put them away because I look at it this way. We're going to do away with penny eventually. I think it'll be this next year in 2026. I think we will do away with a penny because it is the anniversary of the founding of the nation. And I believe the penny will go away. A lot of our coins will start to be made out of steel, I think. I think we're going to follow the leader on this. And I think we're going to go to steel, brass, bronze. You know, like the Canadian toonies. A lot of the European coins now are steel. Because nickel's an asset, man. It's an industrial asset. They're not going to make them out of nickel or copper anymore. Aluminum's too soft. So, hey, Redskin Garage, hold up a second. I'd like to know how prices of things will be affected after the penny is gone. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I'm going to add you as a standard moderator, bud. So next time you make a comment, you should be blue. And then that way, that allows you to go to everybody else's channel and subscribe. Please be nice. That's all I ask. I don't think they're either going to round up or round down. And knowing corporations and profits, how profit hungry they are, they're going to round up. So if it's, say, $19.33, it's going to be $19.35. Just that's the way it's going to be. No, it'll be $10.60. It will be $10.60. They'll round up. That's my opinion anyway. I don't see it going any way different. It's too expensive to make a penny. For what it's worth, for what its value is. And nickels are actually too expensive to make right now. So that's why I see them going to steel instead of nickel copper. But hey, just my opinion, not financial advice. Yeah, you can make the penny smaller, but then we'd have to go back to um, change purses because you remember I got a collection of change purses. I showed them before. Little squeeze things, plastic ones we had, or little change purses with the clasps on top because they're so small that you wouldn't want to carry them in your pocket. You have a little bitty hole and they just fall right out. So then we'd be going back to change purses. I don't think we want to do that. I don't think the mint will go along with that. And to make and for the mint to make a smaller coin, actually you'll have less material in it, but it would be so much harder to make. Yeah, but dimes are the size of a 10th ounce gold piece too. They're about the same size. So just think of how small a penny is now, because it's about the same size as a dime. So you shrink that in half. Shrink that size in half, and it'll be like that. God, that old Netherlands coin, um, or the one here. I think maybe I got one up here. Yes, I do. Here, here's a Russian ruble or a Soviet ruble. Hold up a second. Let me get it out of the bag. I was going to put it with my other Soviet coins. Here it is, right here. Now, do I have it? Wait a minute. Let me go get a dime. Yeah, and a regular penny. I think I got some right out here. So just hold up a second. Hold up, I'm getting there. I got too much other shit in this bowl. This is where my change goes at night. If I got any change, it goes in the bowl until it gets full. What's that doing in there? I don't even know what the hell that is. All right. Here's a penny, here's a dime. There's a penny and there's a dime. Now you'll notice that pennies are just a little bit bigger than a dime. Just a tad. Not just a smidge. Not much. All right. But we still make a dime because a dime's worth it in value as opposed to the metal and making it, because it takes people to make it, machines, time, effort. They get paid. All right. Now, this coin right here, this Russian ruble, one of the smallest coins I've seen. There's another one from the Netherlands. I got one out there that's this small also. But when we start doing that, when we start going that small, we start going that small, we're going to be going back to these right here. Change purses. More than likely something like this. You squeeze it and it opens up like that. And you put your change in there. Grandpa used to carry one of these with him all the time. That's where your change went. When you get coins that small, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to put them in a little change thing like that. Or we get the little change purses like the ladies used to carry. Or you could carry that in your pocket. You got this one, nice one, made in Germany. And that also flips out, and you can carry it on your keychain, just like that. Carry it on your keychain. See? Oop, dropped one. Or they had these, if you remember these clutches. You squeeze it like that, opens up. Oh my gosh, what's in there? There's something in there. What's in there? Oh, look at that. All my teeth that came out of my head are in there. And then we got this one here. It's another zip open one. And all your change goes in there. All right. So if we go to coins this small or smaller, oh my God. I don't think the American public would put up with it. I really don't. Let's see. Nickel. Quarter. See how small that little bastard is? I don't think you got any 50-cent pieces in here. Nope. No 50-cent pieces in there. But yeah, when that gets full, then I'll either put it in a bag. I'll go through it and roll a penny. I'll roll everything and either save it or take it to the bank. It depends on the quarters. It depends on what they are. Always go through and look for wheat pennies. Always go through and look for war nickels. Always go through and look for silver. You know, that's how that stuff goes. But yeah, I don't think you want to make things any smaller. Yes, and we could punch holes in the center. Like say that nickel or a dime. You could punch a hole in the middle of it and save on materials. That would work. Just make the coin bigger, but punch a hole in the middle of it. That would work instead of making a very small coin like that. Huh. Anybody got an idea what that goes to? It's like it goes on a flashlight or something. Huh. I don't know what the hell that is. It's in that bowl. It's been in that bowl forever. And then, oh, what was I going to do? Where did that one go? There it is. There's that one change first. But this one's for carrying dollar coins around in. I don't know. I got something in there. I don't know what it is anymore. Oh. Yeah, that's what my daughter brought back from one of her trips. Gave me a little present. And you know it's not authentic by that little stamp that's got right there. I'm not even sure what that stamp says anymore. It says copy or what? It says something. Where are you at? It looks like it says WRL. So, you know it's not authentic. It's not an old coin. It's just a reproduction. But my daughter bought that back from one of her trips overseas when she was in college. When my daughter was in college, she did her master's degree in London. And she traveled all over Europe, staying in hostels and going on trips. See, it says it up there in the corner too. WRL up here. See it right there? So I don't know what that means, but do I got anything else in there? Yeah, I do. What do I got in there? Maybe that's another one she brought back for me. Yeah, it's a French A French token of some type. Oh, that might be where she went and saw the chateau. Yeah. My oldest daughter brought them back for me. So I keep them in here. It's good that I take them down and look at them every once in a while. She was just here to see her grandma because her grandma's not in very good health. Don't expect her to live till Christmas. But yeah, you see what somebody did? They just took and sewed those two together, made it into a double. So I got a collection of coin purses too. I'm a real eclectic guy, as they say. All right, let me put my feet back up here. A real eclectic guy. Am I worldly? No, I'm not worldly. I just collect strange shit, that's all. And I do like World War II German money. I like old British money. And I like Soviet era money. I don't like Russian rubles or the Russian new coinage for the Federation of Russia. I like the Soviet Union stuff. And I like the stuff from Russia before the Soviet Union, before Stalin. So, yeah. Anyway, but I don't have a lot of that. I got a couple of a couple of Soviet coins, not Russian, but Soviet coins. 1851 large penny, U.S. or Canadian. Because I got a lot of Canadian large pennies. I have a collection of those. I actually have extra of those. This book is missing two right there, which is an 1858, and I'm missing an 1893. Those are two I'm missing out of this book. But I have extras also. I have a couple of large U.S. cents, not many, and I have some large pennies from Canada that are half pennies or full pennies that were from different province banks, like the Bank of um, Saskatchewan or the Bank of whatever, before Confederation. So I have those large pennies. Um, who else made large pennies like that? Britain made large pennies. And I don't know who else did. So I know a lot of people made them. Coin banks are cool, man. I should have started making them or started making a collection when I was a kid because we had little banks that we put money in all the time. Little ones that with a hand that would come up, you put a coin on it, and put it in the bank. We had piggy banks, all kinds of them, man. I wish I'd have saved some of those. A U.S. large cent. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple, but I'm not even sure what year they're from. It's weird. The stuff that people collect, we collect, it's weird. I I have an affinity for Canadian coins for some reason. I never liked American coinage. I do like some of the older stuff, but not to the point where I would collect it. I like old Mexican silver. I do like old Mexican silver, but and I'm a gold bug. I buy gold. I buy platinum. I buy palladium. I think I have actually three whole grams of palladium And everything I have, I want divisible by 3 because I have 3 children, and they're going to get all of my guns, gun accessories, all the stuff that goes with it, ammunition, scopes, red dots, lasers, all that stuff, spotting scope, tripod, you name it. They get it all. Plus, they get all of my coin collection that I have here. All right. When I get too much here, it goes to a commercial vault. I have my 401k from work that I converted into a physically held precious metals IRA. That's all in the vault. The 3 girls get that. My wife gets this farm, 33 acres or whatever, 33 acres, and the building site and whatever. She gets that. And she gets 55% of my Army retirement. So she's taken care of. Plus, she works, she has her own job, her own 401k. She has all of her own stuff. So that plus. So she's taken care of. The only metal they purchase, jewelry? Well, uh, gold and sterling silver jewelry are good. I mean, not only that, but you have the stones in them also. If there's any diamonds, opals, rubies, uh, amethysts, name some more. There's precious and semi-precious stones that are worth some money. Plus, you got the gold and the silver content. A lot of silver jewelry is 925, though. All right. And a lot of gold jewelry, you have to really look with a loop. And you really have to look for numbers, man. You really got to look for an indication of what that gold is. It could be 10% or less. It could be 10, 12, 14, 18, 20, 22, 24, you know. Normally, what is jewelry? 18 and lower. I haven't seen too much jewelry that I've seen is 18 or higher than 18. Be like 20, 22, 24 karat, and you would have to be very rich to afford that. And it's very soft. So that's the reason gold is alloyed, because gold is soft. Pure gold is real soft. You can squeeze it. That's how you can tell when you're panning and you have what you think is gold in the pan. You can take a needle nose and squish it. If you think it's a little nugget or something, you can squish it. If it squishes, if it actually just squishes, it's gold. But if it shatters, it's not. It's something else. With a piece of stone or mica or something. Denominational jewelry. Yeah, yeah. You can break off a link of silver. Yeah. Shit hits the fan kind of stuff. And that's why I buy a lot of times 90% coins. I have quite a little anyway, a few pounds of dimes, quarters, and halves. Kennedy's and Eisenhower's or Benji halves, Kennedy and Benji halves. I'd rather purchase Kennedy's because Kennedy's are not worn as much as Benji's. But I do have quite a few Benjis. Um, Washington quarters. Yeah. All day Washington quarters. 64 and older. And dimes. Mercury's, I'd rather have Roosevelt's because Roosevelt's aren't worn as bad as Mercury's are. I do have some Mercury's, but I'd rather have Roosevelt's. That's all that is just shit hits the fan stuff for me. I have a brother who goes out and does a lot of garage sales and flea market stuff, and he brings me jewelry all the time for me to test. And very little that we've found that he has bought that's actually 925 silver, or I don't think he's bought any jewelry that's gold. I've tested, that's actually gold. It's all gold plated shit. You got a sluice box? What do you got for a sluice box? I got a little sluice, a pocket sluice. I'm thinking of making it into a bigger sluice because I have some material I think would be real good catch small gold. And I'll bring it in and show you. I thought I did a video on it once, but I'm going to buy some of the other, like the large and the small ripple stuff, and just attach like in a rain gutter and just make it a little bit longer. And then that way I have PVC so I can hook up all the water I need to it. And I got a tub and everything. All I need, I just got to order a pump. That's all. I'll order a 12-volt pump, and I got a small battery for it. We'll see how that works. I don't know. A Keen sluice. Is that an actual brand name? Keen? Keen? If it is, I'll have to write it down and look it up. I want to see what it. Paper. I got pen. Where's the paper? Paper under here. Uh-oh. There's some pennies I forgot. Keen. I was thinking if my idea doesn't work, I was going to purchase a Flower Gold Wizard Flower Gold cleanup sluice. That little thing seems to do a very good job, and the Glacial Gold Hunter also uses one of those. And who was the other guy I saw test that out and gave it good high marks? He didn't like it because it was what do they call it, 3D printed or whatever, and you snap it together. He didn't like that fact, but that's one way to keep the cost down and still have a real good product. So Flower Gold Wizard is the one I think, and I have seen some of the other ones, cleanup buddies. What are they called? They're smaller ones. They're not very long. They're all self-contained. The pump and everything is in the base. Everything is self-contained. All you gotta do is hook it up to the water. So you put it in a tub and you run it. I've seen those, and they get some pretty good high marks too. Keen, and it's an A52. I'll sure look them up when I get off. Yeah, Flower Gold Wizard's pretty good. Watch a Glacial Gold Hunter too. He's pretty good. He does, and depending on where you're from now, he goes to different spots in, I think he's been Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Dakota. I think he's even been to Iowa looking for gold. And what I like about him is he's a trained geologist, and pick up rocks and he'll just look at them and tell you what this is, what that is, what the lay of the land is, and how the glaciers did this and did that. And I kind of find him informative. I really like him a lot. Flower Gold Wizard, he's based in Wisconsin. He prospects in Wisconsin. And yeah, it's a little like Minnesota, not so much like Iowa. I watch a couple of guys from Iowa, but they do a lot of high banking, and I'm not that way. If I dig anything in the river, I pan it, I'll get it down to fine stuff, and I'll just throw it in a bucket. And when I get so much in a bucket, I'll bring it up to the shop and clean it up at the shop. I don't know if there's gold in it or not. I just get it down to black sands. I get it down to fine stuff, throw it in a bucket, and that's it. Bring it up to the house. With an automatic classifier, that would be something. I would like to see that. A siphon dredge, huh? Well, if I ever found gold in this river down here and found enough of it, it would make sense to use a siphon dredge. But the way it is right now, no. Just test pan, test pan, test pan. If I even find any down here. It is a cool idea, isn't it, freaking? I'm going to have to. Let me see. Redskin Garage. Let me go to your channel. Let me see if I'm subscribed up there. I am subscribed. Look at that. I get all your notifications also. Oh, that's why I subscribe to you, bud. I know why I subscribe to you, because of the guitar tech stuff that you do. That's why I subscribe to you. I need to know more about that thing right there. I need to know more about it. Full of ideas? Yeah, I'm full of ideas too. I'm just getting to the point where I'm too old to do any of those ideas anymore. If I actually make it, to be able to take it out in the field and test it, because I'm old, dude. My hands are crippled up. My back is crippled up. My ankles and knees are gone. It's hard for me to even get in the river anymore. Yep. Good deal, freaking awesome. And that's why I make everybody a standard mod. So everybody can go to everybody else's channel and subscribe. There you go. There you go. I don't know. I have two, and the reason I chose this, I got two other scopes downstairs. What are they? Oh, shit. I said it before. Now I fucking can't remember anymore. This scope I got a few years ago, like 3-4 years ago. I haven't done anything with it. And it's a Leupold Vari X2. It's a good scope. You know, it's a $275 scope. I bought it for $220, I think. But it's only a 40 millimeter right here. But it is a 3x9. It's fairly compact. It's only what, 12 inches, 13 inches long, 12 inches. Let me see. Look at my foot. 13. It's 14, 15 inches long. I'm a size 13, so it's 14 inches long. 14 and a half. But that'll go on this AR, and that'll be just fine for a 400 Legend. I would like to have a little bit lower power, like a, I don't know, for a 200, 250 yard gun, a 2x6 is fine. You don't need anything any bigger than that. And this is a 3x9, but it's what I have, so I'm going to use it. The other two that I have are 2x12s, but they're a 44 millimeter objective lens. And the scope is just a little bit too big for a hunting rifle, I think, unless you're hunting varmints or you're shooting something like a 22-250 or a 220 Swift, you know, out to 300-400 yards. So I would put that I would put those on my 308, 22-250, the Swift, 30-06. I'd put it on. I got quite a few, 4 30-6s, but I like Remington 700s and Winchester 70s and Ruger M77, Mark 1s that I like, Mark 1s, not Mark 2s. You know, they're just they're a good scope, but they're just too big for a 250-yard rifle. And basically, that's what a 400 Legend is, or a 350 Legend. It's a 150 to 200-yard rifle. That's all they are. I got a 450 Bushmaster too. Bushmaster knocks that deer down, anchors them right there. But it's a loud son of a bitch, and it kicks. Even with a buffer and a buffer spring in there, it still kicks. I can handle it, but it kicks more than I like. I can handle my 338 Win Mag too, but do I want to shoot it hunting deer and carry it with me all the time? No. The 338 Win Mag is for hunting bear or long range zombie killer. And that's what that is. Oh, you just leave one, you just turn the volume off, let it run in the background. I do that to a lot of people. Leave a comment and watch hours, just turn the volume off and just let it run in the background. Go do other stuff. Yeah. What was my last short anyway? I don't even remember that. It was either weighing some gold or that baby raccoon, one or the other. I don't know. I should go up and see that lady now and see if those coons have grown up and if she's released them by now or not. And you know, Redskin, I also collect knives. And in particular, I collect fixed blade knives. I have 2 of them coming. I have a cold steel coming, and I have one from Striker Tactical coming, I think, or 2. Here is my cold steel that I really, really like. This is the Magnum Tanto, I believe. Yeah, Magnum Tanto XII. So Magnum Tanto 12. And this is a San Mai blade. If you look right down at, you can see the San Mai line right, if I can hold it just perfect, right there. See the San Mai line? There, that looks better. I got a whole collection downstairs. This is just one that's in my gun case. That's one of my favorites. And I have this one I bought at the Trappers Convention. And this was made by a gentleman here in Iowa. Let's see what the tag says. I like to keep the tags with them. Made by Doug Voigt here in Homestead, Iowa. He made that blade. I bought that for $40, man. Nice knife. That's a nice skinner there. Nice blade. I bought knives from knife makers in Kentucky, young guys, old guys. One old guy in Idaho or Oregon, someplace up there. An 80-year-old gentleman that made knives. And he couldn't get rid of one because it had an ugly, ugly handle on it. I mean, it was just the ugliest green handle. And because I'm an Army guy, I like green, so I bought it. Hey, JJ, how are you? Boy, you missed the entire stream. Boy, you're going to have to go back and watch. I did my entire Special Service Force collection, first Special Service Force collection. I want someday to use this. I especially like cold steel knives. I had a master hunter that I used deer hunting. It was a gift from my team when I retired. And some motherfucker stole that knife. And I have replaced it. But if I ever catch a son of a bitch who stole that knife, I'm going to use it on him. I will use it on him because he stole a memento from people who cared about me and gave it to me. And I know how much that knife cost. So, anyway, you were here earlier? Okay. Oh, okay. At all right. All right. Well, I'm gonna put these away. I should probably go clean out my wood stove. I have fun with knives. Someday, I guess maybe I'll just bring up my. I gotta find my other Soviet coin. I don't know where the hell it's at. I don't know where I put it. Kind of pisses me off that I can't remember. But I can't remember a lot of shit. Keen sluice. Okay, I gotta look that up because I had never heard of a keen sluice before. Why do I have that little blue circle thing? Now it's gone. It was right there by my arrow, right there by my turkey breast, and I don't know what it was for. Okay. My content has to be amazing. My content is amazing. But you know what? I could use an AI program and I could do a little shorts before video, a little trailer after video, or a live. I could um, have the AI suggest topics. I could have, fuck that shit. I don't really give a shit. Don't really care. So, I don't know. Okay, what do we got here? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on that video. Started watching. So I'm going to put that down just like that. And I'm going to come back here. I'm going to like it. Okay, got to like that one. All right, did that. So you're playing in the background, risking your eyes. I got one of your videos playing in the background right now. And, you know, as soon as I've done here, then I'll go leave a comment. I've already liked it, but I already started watching it. So I have it. Maybe I might have that saved on my music list, my music playlist. JJ never edits, one take, and that's all he does. You do your whole channel from a $20 phone? You don't use a computer at all? I'm using my desk computer here, and when I did the pan off with Kiwi, and we pay on that one bag of gold. I actually brought my stuff in and set it up on this table right here because I wanted to use this camera. And I brought my tripod in. I put this camera up on a tripod. I don't like using my phone, and I can't out in my shed. I would like to do live out in my shed, but I can't get Wi-Fi in because the steel shed. I can get Wi-Fi out there, but I just can't get it in the shed. So I have to do videos and then upload the video. Yeah. Yeah. And I won't get an Apple phone at all. My wife has an Apple. My kids have Apple. I won't have an Apple. My wife has an Apple Watch that does all of her health stuff on it. She needs that. But I won't buy an Apple product. I just won't. I won't even invest in Apple stock. They can kiss my ass. Or Google or Alphabet or any of the other big stocks. I won't. I'll invest in miners. I have some major miners and some minor miners, and they've all done pretty well this last year. So I don't edit. I don't. You got an Apple tree, JJ? I don't buy Apple products. Nope, not. Won't do it. Won't do it. What is this phone? I forget what this phone was. It's an A10. What is what? I forget what it is. I don't know. I like it, but when I bought it, they had already come out with an A20, and I bought the A10 because it was $100. The A20 was like 300. Nah, I'm not doing that. I think if I took the, I thought, and I could get this off. Hold up a second. I'm getting the poetic protector case off of this thing. Come on, let go, you son of a bitch. Come on. God damn, sometimes it's so hard to get off. It's easy to get on. It's harder than hell to get off. There. You cocksucker. There. That's what my screen looks like. And I can still use this phone, and I can still take videos. Oh, it's a Samsung. The back side of it, the front side of it. You see how busted up that thing is? But I can still call, and I can still swipe, and I can still tap. God, custom ball caps. What? Why are these people? I have a couple of group chats, and one of them is my buddies from Special Forces that live around here, and some of the inane fucking shit. They're talking about ball caps. Where to find great ball caps? Well, fuck that. And I have a family group chat, and oh my god, the girls. I just They're just some shit that I can't handle. But anyway, yeah, I got a Samsung A10e. I should probably clean the screen on this. You think on the inside? Looks like I should. Looks like I have some crap on there. Yeah, I'll do that too while I'm at it. But Cricket for true unlimited internet. You know what? My mother-in-law has a Cricket, uh, a Cricket flip phone because it has a great big keypad on it. And my wife got it for her for medical reasons, but my mother-in-law will not call anyone. She will receive calls sometimes, but usually it's her husband or my father-in-law that's answering the phone. She doesn't answer. Anyway, she's in the hospital now. They're gonna move her to hospice because and they had this conversation yesterday. My wife came home and gave me the lowdown that her husband was there, doctor, the two daughters that are here, my wife and her sister, Mary, and they had that conversation. You're dying. You're going to die soon, and there's nothing more we can do for you. And you need to get your stuff together if it isn't already together. And my wife said she cried, her husband cried, the daughters cried, and of course, everybody got that out. But everybody needs to have that conversation at that time. You're going to die. Boom. That's all we can do for you. There's nothing left. It's your time. I have had that conversation with myself. I saw my stepdad, and he's a strong man. I saw him shed some tears when he thought he was going to die. He was right on the verge. And he bounced back from it. He's in his 90s now. He's still in a nursing home, but still going strong. My mother, on the other hand, she just, went downhill within 2 months of being in a nursing home. She was gone. She just downhill that quick. So it can be quick or it can be slow, but you have to have that conversation with yourself. You have to have that conversation with yourself. You have to have other people actually tell you what you don't want to hear. Oh yeah, I got plenty of oil lamps. I got some more over there. Old bottles we found in the dirt, old medicine bottles and stuff. And if you look, see underneath that little bear, that black thing next to the gun case, that's a kerosene heater. It's got a container in it. You open up that lid, there's a container in there, and you can put a half gallon of kerosene in it. And it's got a wick that goes up and down, and you can set it, put the thing back down. They're old well house heaters, is what they are. You put them in a well house so your well wouldn't freeze up in the wintertime. You could put them in your chicken coop because chicken coops are airy. They're not airtight, so you get air in there. And the carbon monoxide up and out. But you can burn them in a house. You can burn them in a room. Just leave the upper window cracked a little bit to let the carbon monoxide out. I rebuild them. I've got one here, one there, one in there. There's 3 or 4 of them I have around the house of different models, manufacturers and models. And I found wicks for them out in Oregon. I don't know if that old boy is still alive or not, but I bought wicks for them, and I got like 15 or 20 of them out in the shed that I have to rebuild, repaint, new hinges, new mica on the windows, that kind of stuff. And if they have a hole in the fuel tank, fix that with liquid steel, so it'll hold fuel, and put a new wick in, make sure that mechanism works good. Repaint them with heat resistant paint or high temp paint, and you know sell them if people want them. Hey, Fervid's here. Hey, buddy. Yeah. We were talking about my mother-in-law. She's dying. She's going to be dead here shortly, but I'm gonna quit talking about her because um, it's taking its toll on my wife. It's taking its toll on her sister and everybody in the family because they've had two unfortunate deaths in that family already. My wife's older sister, Mindy, um, she did a self deletion when she found out she had an incurable disease. Um, Her youngest sister, her stepsister, youngest sister, she just died in her sleep from God knows what. She was early 40s. She was on a trip down to see her daughter in Nashville. On the way back, staying in a hotel overnight, and her other daughter went to check on her in the morning, and she was dead, died in her sleep. Her brother, her only brother, has lung cancer, and he seems to be responding to treatment. Um, Her dad died when she was young. I think he was 33 also, like my dad, a Korean War vet. And then she has a stepdad. She has a stepdad, of course. He's had, triple bypass? My wife has a hole in her heart in one of the walls between two of her valves. So she has very little blood pressure, but it hasn't seemed to affect her yet. That family has had its challenges, man. So that's enough of that. We're going to talk about guns. Let's talk about guns. See the case over there? That's my usually my World War II, uh, my American guns from World War II up through Vietnam, right there. And my one case over here, that's all Soviet weaponry because I like Soviet weapons. I also like Germans, but I don't have a lot of room. I would need more room for German weapons. There's a one Swiss K1 I would love to have, but I do like weapons designers who were innovative in their time. Why are you doing stuff upside down? You oh, muscles? What muscles? I don't have any muscles. I got old arms, dude. Look at that shit. I got old arms. I got some muscle. There's still some there, but I don't have a lot anymore. I don't have a whole lot anymore. Dude, I'm old. I'm right at the edge of 70 right now. 6 months. What is this? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months. 7, 8 months. I'll be 70. I did not make a skydive this year. I just couldn't find the time to go up there. I will make a skydive next year. When I'm 70, I will go make a skydive. I will. Yeah, I got a Mosin gun sitting over there in that gun case. Yeah, I got an SKS, a Type 56, an AK-47. I don't have a 74. I'd like to have a 74. I got an AK with a folding stock paratrooper model. I have an AK with a solid stock. I'd like to have an AK-74, but when they get cheaper, I might buy one. The AK-74 was a shit round. 5.45. That was a crappy fucking round. And none of the Russians liked it, and they have replaced it. You are fresh out of college at 50. Holy shit. But I will tell you this, because I retired, 19, I retired when I was age 40 from the Army and Army Reserve. I retired out of the Army Reserve. I spent the last 14 months of my career in a training division. Fucking legs, non-airborne personnel. But the 14 years before that, 17 years before that, 16 years before that, I was in Special Forces. I was jumping out of airplanes. I was on patrol. I was carrying a radio and batteries, or I was carrying demo gear, or then I became a team sergeant, and then I was carrying every goddamn thing and jumping out of airplanes with it and climbing mountains with it. And Alice was my girlfriend, but my body was wrecked. By the age of 38, 39, when the 12th Special Forces Group got deactivated and I had to go to the 85th Division to retire, I was done. At age 39, I was done. My body was wrecked. I couldn't keep up anymore. If I'd have stayed in Special Forces, if they'd have had a Special Forces unit, I would have had to go to battalion or group headquarters and sit behind a desk because I just couldn't physically do it anymore. One of the last ATs we did with the 12th group, we went out to Fort Huachuca and we did what do I want to say? You have to renew your Special Force qualifications every year. And we did a 36-mile force march with 60 pounds on your back and a weapon. We did 36 miles in 21 hours. You had to do it in less than, I don't know. You had to do it in less than 30 hours or something like that. We did it in 21 hours. I think we were the first team to come in. And I knew at that point that I was done. I was fucking done. No, I don't know if we're insane. If we're insane, we think we're normal and we like it. I like jumping out of aircraft. I like flying. Yes, you can split logs with black powder, but buying black powder now to do that is a little bit prohibitive. My favorite meals in service? Oh, God. Army. My favorite meals would be, always have been, breakfast. And the best mess hall I was ever in was an Air Force mess hall. And it was eggs to order. And you could get seconds if you wanted. Yeah, that was the best. But Old Canadian bills, it's because they no longer use paper bills. Now they're what, polyester or something? They're poly. Anyway, yeah, old paper bills like to have a 20, a 10, a 5, a 1. I like the artwork on some of them. I like some of the new ones too, but it's artwork. It's all artwork. But I want the old paper bills because they no longer use them. It's like old Canadian pennies or old Canadian nickels or old Canadian dimes and quarters have. It's just because they don't use them anymore. Now, if you're let's go back to favorite meals in the service. If you're talking about T rations or C rations or MREs or the new variations of MREs, I would much rather have a C ration. Come in a box, in cans. The old ones that have cigarettes in them. The best is pound cake. And you can mix pound cake and chocolate powder drink mix and put coffee in if you wanted to, instant coffee. Um, a little water, heat that. Oh, stir that up. That's good. It makes a nice pudding. Um, and I liked beef and stones, beef and potatoes, heated beef and potatoes, cold beef and potatoes. I like it. Lima beans, I hated to the max. I hated those. Oh God, I hated lima beans. Oh, freaking awesome! The Canadian currency. I'll bet he had everything from hundreds to ones. I just bet 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I don't mind flying. I hate landing. I hate taking off and I hate landing. Why? That's when the most stress is on an aircraft, taking off and landing. And most accidents happen either on takeoff or landing. And so if I jump out after takeoff and before landing, I'm cutting my chances of an accident in half. That's the way I look at it. Oh, I want that devil's face note. I want that $50 devil's face note. Are you talking about the Devil's Brigade? Yeah, that's all right. Post them, buddy. A $6 bill. Really? Let's see what this one is. Okay, I got it. So just stop it and go back to it and watch it. Cool. A crazy misalignment there. Yeah. Yeah. Here's a link to your, okay, eBay link. And we'll put that up there too. All right, I see it. All right, very good. I might want to buy some of those too. Cool. Now I got something to go. Hey, Exakura. Asakura. It's hard for me to say that name. Asakura mining. Oh, we just bullshitting. Talking about phones. Talking about old coins. Talking about little coins. Where'd that little bastard go? There that little bastard is. Little coins. Why we can't make little bitty coins like that? Like that Russian ruble. Or I should say Soviet ruble. And I got that up here because I got another Soviet coin I got to fucking find someplace. And I got these two up here. I bought a I bought another Morgan for my brother, and I got that little 46 up there is what I paid for it, and that's what he's going to pay for it. And I got a peace dollar, and what I paid for that's over there too. And he's going to pay that, and I got another one coming I bought for 40. So I just dollar cost average him down to 43 a piece. My brother collects Morgans. I got two brothers that collect Morgans, and one is more serious than the other one about Morgans. And so I sold all my Morgans and I sold all my peace dollars to my youngest brother. I don't collect them. I just had them because Grandpa had them, you know. And I told this story before. My grandpa had an old cabinet sitting in the kitchen, and I have that cabinet out in my mudroom right now. And in the corner of that cabinet, in one drawer, I can tell you exactly where it was sitting. There was a 2-pound coffee can full of Morgans and peace dollars, mostly Morgans, and he would take them out. When my dad was dying, us three boys, Steve, me, and Phil, we stayed with my dad's folks, my grandpa and grandma. Well, he was in the VA hospital, and my mom was going down to see him. The three girls, they stayed with another friend of ours. So it would have been her brother's wife's sister, their family, or the sister, because there was daughters there, and the three girls stayed with them. We didn't stay together while my dad was dying and in the hospital. So he would take those Morgans out. He would teach us to play cards. We played poker. We played 500. We played rummy 500. We played all kinds of them, card games. And when playing poker, we would use those Morgans as chips. We would bet 1, 2, 3, and we would use those as poker chips. And that's why I had them. Just I didn't collect them. It's just yeah, they're 0.73 ounces. They're 90% silver, another 90% silver coin. But I didn't collect them. I just had them. And my little brother said that he'd buy them all. I said, okay, I want 40 for the Morgans and I want 37 for the peace dollars straight through. Don't care what they are. And he said, okay. And so I sold them all to him. I think I had 30 Morgans and close to 30 peace dollars. And so he bought them all. And my older brother now, he collects more, and he's a serious collector. He's buying up CCs now and goes to auctions and thinks nothing of spending $300-400 on a coin. That's him. And so these Morgans and pieces that I buy, I just resell them to him for the same money that I buy them for. Spock. They used to call you Spock? Jim. Yeah, I'll remember that. Yeah, this old brain will remember that. Fuck, I can't even remember my friends' names, let alone your name. All right, Fervid, I see you. I have some notes, some Canadian notes out there. I think it's 10 on down, though. I have several series of ones. I think I got a 5 and a 10. I don't have a 20, 50, or 100. I'd like to have all of them, but you need $300-400. All right, Lisa, are you taking off? All right, very good. Yeah, this conversation is just all over the fucking place. Jesus Christ, I could talk about what? We're out of fall mushrooms now. The mushroom season is done up here. All the way from spring through September, we had mushrooms. So we done mushroom videos. We talked about mushrooms. The hell else we got? coming up. Trapping season and deer season. Deer hunting and trapping, both of them. I don't trap anymore except for weasels because I can't get up and down ditches and walk in the rivers like I used to riverbanks. And my wrists are so bad I can't hardly set a trap anymore. But I do trap weasels. I got a dozen of them in the freezer yet from a couple years ago. I got to sell them. And then winter shit. We ain't got much winter shit other than getting that wood stove ready to go and fucking burning wood. I mean, that's all we do in the wintertime around here besides hunt. I can take my snowshoes out and do a snowshoeing video. I do that. And I don't like cross-country skiing. I never did like cross-country skiing. I don't have any cross-country skis. I did it in the military. I don't like it, and that's it. When I left the military, I don't cross-country anymore. I did like downhill skiing at one time. I really like downhill skiing. I even taught my wife how to downhill ski. But we don't live by the mountains anymore, so, and my knees are shot. Junk silver. You got junk silver, Furwood? Look it up. Look it up online, for Redskin. Look it up online. You can find it. Or take it to a coin dealer and have them look it up on a gray sheet. Furwood, are you in the United States or are you in Canada? I'm confused. I don't know. JJ, you're in the States, right? Furwood's in Canada. I thought so. So getting anything from you bulky would be, I don't think you could actually could you put together coins from Canada and send them down without having to go through all the tariffs and taxes and bullshits? Yeah, I thought, JJ, I thought you were in the States. Okay. Well, we'll see what you got then. Yeah, I don't know. If somebody would give you a decent price for the Morgan, I would sell it and buy bulk silver. If you're looking at uh, um, shit hits the fan scenario, I just buy 90% silver. True, the mints aren't taking it right now because the guys aren't buying it because the refiners aren't taking it. They're so busy melting triple and 4/9 fine stuff from half ounces all the way up to 10 ounces. I don't think they're going anything 100 grammers, yeah, twos and fives and 10. They got so much of that they can't even take the 90%, let alone 80%, let alone 50%, let alone 40% stuff. So, and then war nickels are what, 33%. So when everything calms down, refiners catch up, then you'll be able to sell the 90 again. But do you really want to? I got you, Furwood. That would work. Oh, yeah, you're talking about breaker bars. They look like candy bar. They do have Kit Kats, but I got one from Canada that has ones, 50s, and 10-cent bars on, grams, half grams, quarter grams, whatever. And I got one of those. I like that one from Canada. eBay account. Hey, Mrs. Coin Crew's here. Oh shit, we've been all over the board today talking about stuff. I had to do a little bit of an update on the 400 Legend that I put together, sitting right there, that I had to buy some parts for. We did that. Oh, the scope over there. The scope I'm going to put on it. My choice of scope rings. My first Special Service Force coin collection. We took that all out and looked at it. All the silver and gold, all the coins that I have. We already did that. And the stuff from the mint. And we talked about this book, and I need volume 1. Stuff I got from the Coin Crew. This is stuff I'm going to take down to right here. I'm going to take this down to Mercer, to Range Tech, and I got 10 of these from 2015 half ounces. Oops, shit, I dropped one. I'm going to take them down there and give them as a tip to the Special Forces guys down there that are putting us up and letting us use their range for nothing. I don't know how many are down there. I'm going to take 10 with me. So 5 ounces. And then we did show the stuff that came from you. And I want to know about this quarter. I want to know about this quarter. Block won that. And he said, send it to me. Is that it? Is that the deal? Because you and Keith both signed the quarter. Yeah, they had shillings, they had shekels, they had pieces of 8. I don't know about pieces of 4, but they had pieces of 8. And what else did we talk about? Oh, we talked about making small coins again, like this little Soviet ruble. And I know I have one from the Netherlands that's small also. We talked about the penny going away and making smaller coins. But if we made smaller coins, then we'd have to go back to change purses again. And I got a collection of change purses. Always remember my grandpa carrying one of these. The plastic one you squeeze and it opened up like that, and you put your change in it and put it in your pocket. Always remember my grandma carrying one of these in her purse. It was a double clutch. She put change in either side. And we had zippered ones. And what are the other ones we had? Oh, this is one of my favorites too. This little change thing right here. And when you squeeze it like that, it opened up. Little spring steel. Remember those? Somebody took 2 of these and sewed them together. And you had a little, you could put a couple dollars in there. This is a token that my daughter brought back from my chateau in France for me. So I keep them in there. So we talked about that. We talked about maybe we could make a penny or coins with holes in them. And there are some throughout history that had holes in them. So that way you wouldn't use as much material. Because a penny costs so much to make that they're going to do away with them. And I honestly believe that next year will be the year that they do away with the penny. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that. And A bus half dime or dime. Ooh, I didn't see that. You promised yourself that you'd help Lisa at Coin Op. Okay. Yes, exactly right, Ms. Coin Crew. And they can wear them around their neck. That's one way to minimize the material in a coin so it wouldn't cost so much to make. Maybe. Another one would be to make a smaller coin or do like the Canadians and Europeans did and make it out of a steel instead of out of copper, out of nickel, out of metals that have a more of an industrial use. Steel has industrial use, but it's much, much, much more common. And we're not going to run out of that anytime soon. Yeah, stores are already rounding up, so why not get rid of the penny? Cut that cost. Cut that cost. It's going to save some money. It would save some money if they would make it out, if they would make coins out of steel instead of out of nickel and copper, which are two very heavily industrial. Okay, that's it. That's it. I won, and I just sent Block. Now I got to do another one. Yes, I'll send it to him. That's it. I wonder why that was in there. Now, yeah, if you had steel coins, then all you have to do is just, if you drop them, all you have to do is take a magnet and pick them up. But unclaimed property auction from the PA Treasury? How does a treasury get unclaimed items? I don't understand that. Unless, does the treasury sell stuff and then people can buy it and they get money, or they don't get the money and people say they're going to buy it, bid on it, don't pay for it, so they have unclaimed stuff. Maybe. Okay, I see that. Yes. Right here. And was I supposed to send one of them to Block also? Is that what it was? Because I got two of them. Because of the spiders, I was going to send one to Jenna. So one of those was supposed to go to Block too, right? Okay. I can do that. Because what I do is I put it here. Let me see, where is it? I'll put them in a card like this or like that. And I'll tape up around the card and then just put it in a regular envelope and letter mail it to them. That's the way I do it. We'll see if this last one gets to him. I just sent him one. Where'd that go? God dog it. Yeah, I was going to send one of these stickers to Jenna also because she likes the spiders and the spider web. She's a goth girl, don't you know? There it is, right there. Okay. So I gotta take that out of there. You guys got that stuff here quick, man, because that auction was Sunday. This is Thursday, and that stuff is here already. I'm amazed at that. I am amazed at that, how quick that came. Okay, so those two items go to Block. And I'll tape that closed. tape that closed just like that. Put that in a thank you card. We'll get a different thank you card out of here. We'll get a different thank you card and envelope. And see, that can go in regular mail. That doesn't have to. See, I can write shit in there and put it in there like that. Tape this, tape this, tape this. Put it in there. Got it addressed. Take it to the post office, and it cost me all $1 or something to send it to him. So I should have waited because I just sent him a package or an envelope that had some thing in it, paper-wise for him. I should have just waited and sent it all together, but then it might have been too thick. And then they get suspicious when it's too thick. Because it's got to go through machines. When it goes, I mean, I can say it's non-machinable, but as soon as you do that, then there's some suspicion that there's something in there of value when you do that. So I tape everything up real well so that when they do run it through a machine, it won't get squished out. And then you tape it inside the envelope, so that way it won't move like this. Because I had one lady put a maple leaf in a envelope, nothing else in the envelope, just that. And they put it through a machine, and the rollers just squished it right out the end of the envelope. I'm sure it was sitting on the floor of the sorting room someplace, but I got my money back because I paid her for it. But I told her the next time she sends something, don't package it the way she did. That was just sloppy and inexcusable. But some people think that that's okay. It's not. Package stuff well. Use tape. Tape is cheap. Yeah, they could denominate bills. They did that in Canada. I have some Canadian 25-cent bills before Confederation that was one bank or the other. I have 2 series of them. No, this series and this series. I don't mean I have a whole series of them. But I have that one example of that series and one example of that series. Yes, I have dirty hands. Don't fucking judge me. I washed my hands twice with soap and a scrub brush. I work on shit, so leave me alone. And I got dirty fingernails too, see? And they're bloody. I work on stuff. Oily stuff. Take stuff apart. Junk stuff. Matter of fact, I picked up a nice grill, a stainless steel grill, and a bicycle, 10-speed bicycle. It was sitting on a curb. Somebody didn't want it. I picked it up. I think I can make the grill work. I think it's good enough. I did that with another one, a smoker grill I got out here. Put it together, made a couple grades, painted it. Fine. It's good. It's wonderful. But somebody was going to throw it away. My brother brought over a bow. A bow. It was not a bear. It was a name brand bow. Aluminum limbs, aluminum body. Didn't have a string. It had the cables on. The cables seemed to be good. Everything looked good. I ran my fingers, ran the wheels. At the end, it just needed a string. And the only thing wrong with it is that it was an older style, so it was long and long bows. Now the trend is to short bows that have flat limbs. Okay, it takes up less room. They're less bulky, getting up in a stand, getting down, and carrying around. Okay, just less length. That's all it is. Somebody didn't want the bow and they threw it away. Now, if they'd known better, you could actually take it apart and the aluminum would have been worth some money. But instead of doing that, they just threw the whole thing in the trash. Fucking why? Just why? All you had to do is buy a string. It just needed a string. You could put a peep sight on it for little or nothing. You could put a loop on for a mechanical release. And you put a 1-pin or a 2-pin front sight on. Boom. Buy the arrows and broadheads, and you got a good hunting bow. People are so stupid. And this grill I picked up, name the big name brand that grills right now. It's a stainless steel, takes a 20-pound tank. It looks to be in really good shape. Now, there might have a burner that's burned out or something. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't looked at the bike yet. But I'm thinking all it's going to take is just a little fixing and they'll be fine. But people just throw stuff away for no fucking reason. They don't fix anything anymore. They just throw it away and get something new. Which tells me that some people have way too fucking much money. If you can do that, you have way too much money. You need to give me some of your money. I don't know. I have said this for a long time. This country's had it too good for too long. We need a good fucking depression one more time to bring everything back into focus. This whole brouhaha about snaps and EBTs and fucking WIC and all this shit. You know how many fucking fat people are getting. I was watching Matt Walter, one of them, had this lady on, big fat lady, got 8 kids. She gets $3,000 a month. She maxes out SNAP, EBT benefits. That's what she does for a living. She has no job. She's huge. She's obese. She had to be close to 400 fucking 500 pounds. And then if you go through Amazon or any of these food places that sell food, just look at the crap that's SNAP or EBT eligible. Sodas and chips and sugary shit instead of concentrating on nothing but meat and potatoes. And not fucking steak, I'm talking hamburger, hot dogs, fucking brisket, cut it apart, cook it, vegetables, pastas, rice, beans, that kind of stuff. Canned goods. That kind of stuff they should be able to get if they need it. Other than that, no. No, fucking no. We were looking at some data that said, and I don't know how they collect this data, but 75 to 80% of the people on SNAP and EBT benefits are fucking obese. This was the adults. They didn't do the kids, but they did the adults. Something's wrong with the system. Something has to give. If you can't feed yourself without those benefits, you really need to reevaluate your life, because I can feed myself. Maybe they just need a little education. Need a little education. You know all them fucking rats running around the city? That's free fucking protein right there. Kill a few rats and eat them. It's not that difficult. They do taste fairly good. Pigeons. Oh my God. Rich people eat squab. Squab is a fucking pigeon breast. Kill some pigeons and eat them. Do you have some vases you can put out on by your window or put outside on a patio? Grow some fucking vegetables, for Christ's sake. You know, you can feed yourself if you really want to. If you don't really want to, you really shouldn't be here. I'm telling you right now. If you can't feed yourself, you really don't want to be here. We need one video about the mouse experiment. Mouse Utopia. Utopia 25 last night. I was watching that. What they put 5 breeding pairs of mice into this mouse utopia. Shelter, all the food, all the water, everything they could possibly want in this mouse utopia. And they bred and they increased the population. And what happened was, because there was no nothing to challenge them, survival wise or sex wise or food wise, anything, that they became groomers. There were groomers. The males would sit and constantly groom themselves to be pretty, to be best looking. And then there were the other end of the spectrum where there were the predators that turned into sadistic, violent, opportunistic mice that preyed on the others. The females, finally, what happened was the females lost all maternal instinct, wouldn't breed, wouldn't raise children, and if they did raise kits or children, they forgot how to take care of them. They would just leave them, or they wouldn't feed them, wouldn't clean them, or let them to die. And that's a mirror of what our society is today, right now. We need challenges. We need things to do. We need things to challenge our survival and to challenge us intellectually, physically, and give us difficult things to do that we can fail at and retry and do again. That's what we need. We need a good depression in this country. We do subsidize farmers. We subsidize farmers since World War fucking II. And maybe it was World War One. I didn't call you fat. Yeah, I know. I get self-conscious about my hands for it. I had to go back up and look at shit. You gotta leave because of them dirty fingers? Yeah, well, whatever. You know. Um, yes, too many greedy people on Capitol Hill. And you know, when our government was set up, the founding fathers only paid representatives and senators a stipend. They didn't pay them a wage because they knew if they paid them a wage that they could vote themselves pay raises. Boom. There you are. That's where we're at. We subsidized farmers because we didn't want, and I forget which president was, didn't want the American public to go hungry again. So yes, we subsidize farmers to too much of an extent, I think. Too much of an extent. Yes, people could eat for free in this country. However, we still have to pay farmers to till the ground, harvest. We got to plant, harvest, transport. That machinery costs money. Their time costs money. They hire people, fuel expenses, regulations that they have to deal with. Yes, farmers have to get paid or compensated somehow to do that work. So it wouldn't be free. I mean, it's not free if you raise your own garden. It's not. Yes, they can still save money. Yes, they're cutting the snacks out, cutting the pop out, cutting the fatty shit out. I don't want the government paying everybody. I think the government is too big. Too many people are working for the government. I worked for the government. I think it's too big. I am a non-government person. There are ways that we could do this. There are ways that we could do it. But the people on Capitol Hill, our representatives and senators, don't want to think that far ahead. We don't need an income tax. We don't need a property tax. Property tax, to me, is unconstitutional. Just flat out unconstitutional. An income tax was supposed to be temporary and to pay for World War One. That's what it was for. Supposed to be temporary. But the government found out good source of fucking income, so made it permanent. And they did it illegally. The 16th Amendment wasn't ratified properly, and so it is still, in my opinion, illegal to collect income tax. Income tax was supposed to be from foreign income. So if you made money from overseas, you made money from, let's say you owned a company over there, you lived here, and you made money, that's what the income tax was for. Foreign income. Or if you invested in a foreign company and you made income from that company, that's taxable income tax. Other than that, that's what it was for. Everything else, not. Property tax, in my estimation, is unconstitutional. Everything should be a sales tax. Everything should be a sales tax. One fucking time when it's new. Why do I pay a sales tax on a vehicle when it's new? Then they turn around and they sell it to me and I got to pay sales tax on it again? That's bullshit. Sales tax is on new items the first time it's sold, not every fucking time it's sold. You see which finger I was using too. The government can kiss my ass. Yes, I buy into mining stocks, basically mining stocks. Major miners, and I got a couple of small miners. Inheritance tax is robbery. That is exactly right. That is how inheritance is how you build generational wealth. And we used to do that way back when, but we don't do that anymore because they try to take, when you die, they try to take all your fucking money, all of it. That's why you will see a lot of politicians and rich people buy life insurance. They buy whole life insurance properties for millions of dollars, paid up life insurance. Why? Because when it's paid out, life insurance is not taxable. Life insurance doesn't have to go through probate. Life insurance proceeds are non-taxable. Look for ways to beat the system. There are ways. Rich people use loopholes. Now, these are legal loopholes. They're written into law, so there's nothing illegal about them, but they use those loopholes to their advantage. And you can do the same thing. Start asking a financial advisor the hard questions. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of research on trusts, on life insurance, on investments of all kinds. My 401k, I converted to an IRA. It's physically held precious metals. Now, they're going to want to take their tax out of that when I sell it. They're going to get one tax. They're going to get the income tax off it. They're not going to get a capital gains tax. It's one or the other. You're not getting both. And when I get to 73, and I have to start taking required minimum distributions, and I also have an annuity also. But when I have to start taking required minimum distributions, what I'm going to do is take it in metal, that value of what that minimum distribution is. I'm going to take that value in metal, pay the tax, and then it goes into my personal stack after that. And then when I sell it or give it to my daughters, there's no tax on it. Yes, you can, in a tax-free savings account, or in a, what's the one IRA that you can use now? Oh, shit. Come on, tell me. Think. You got a Roth IRA. You can put that money into a Roth IRA, then it's non-taxable, but it's already taxed before you put it in. It just won't be taxed when you take it out. Now, is the value going to be higher or lower? Tax rates higher or lower? I mean, you're looking at making a decision there. I look at the value of my metals is going to be higher when I take it out. Could be lower, but it's probably going to be higher. So the government's going to make their money on that. The government's going to make their money one way or another. You're just trying to minimize it. That's all. The only stocks I have, JJ, are mining stocks right now. The only one I got, $2,000-3,000 I play with in mining stocks. That's about all. I got out of the other stocks years ago too. Probably about 2010, 2009, I got out of stocks. And bonds, no bonds. What are bonds? Bonds are a promise to pay. Same thing as your money. It's a debt instrument. That's all it is. So what little interest you make on that bond in no way makes up for the cost of living increase. Cost of living is 10%, and you're making 2% on a bond. You just lost 8% on your money. That's all. I guess you could call them physical stocks. Yes, metals are nothing more than a hard asset. It's like having grain in a bin. It's like having a mine. You own a mine. You own a plot of land that's got a mine on it. There's nickel in it. Nickel we use for a lot of stuff. Copper we use for a lot of stuff. Silver we use for mega stuff. Gold in electronics, gold in jewelry, gold. Why do we use gold? I think we're pre-programmed for it. Gold is just a metal. It's a rare metal, but not the rarest of metal. But it's pretty, it's shiny, it doesn't rust or corrode or tarnish. Gold is gold. We are pre-programmed from the time when the aliens came here and made us, and we mined it, and they took gold back to their planet. That's why we revere gold. We get into that later if you want. That's right. If you're invested in gold stocks or silver stocks, you have paper gold, you have paper silver. Do you know how many times those things are hypothecated? For 1 ounce of silver, one physical ounce of silver, there's like 150 ounces traded on paper for that 1 ounce of silver. So if everybody stood for delivery all at one time, there's 149 people getting screwed. That's paper stocks right there. Look at now, if it was traded one for one paper stock, 1 ounce and there was 1 ounce over here in physical that's held in London or New York or Singapore or Shanghai or wherever, there's a physical piece of silver to back up that one paper contract, I'd be okay with it. But it's not. It's hypothecated. There are 150 contracts for 1 ounce. So 150 ounces being traded daily for that 1 ounce of physical that sits in a vault someplace. Some people are going to get screwed if everybody stands for delivery. That's why I won't invest in that kind of shit. Same thing with stock. I invested $1,000 in a startup company, marijuana farm in California. Went bankrupt. I lost my $1,000. I thought they were going to get sold or bought out by a bigger company, and didn't happen. So, but now I bought a clean water company startup called Origin Clear. I invested $1,000. They pay me a monthly dividend. I invested in 2 other startups. One is Next Bolt Technologies. I think that one will pay off in the future. The other one I did was a local payment deal in Louisiana. It was supposed to spread nationally, and it hasn't yet. It was a payment program for like your town or your city or your village. Everybody would take that same script for goods and services between people, between businesses in that community. Not money, not metal, just a script. Almost kind of like on the same idea as goldbacks, except not with gold. It was just a script that people in the local community would trade. And I don't know what that one's done lately. I don't think that one's going to go anyplace. So 2 out of my 4 investments are going to pay off. That's what I'm saying. But you can lose money just as fast as you make money in the stock market. So I don't play that game. Rhodium is a little bit expensive if you want to hold physical rhodium. I would like to have a gram, but man, oh man. I have, I don't know, 35 ounces of platinum. And most of that's in the commercial vault. I think I got maybe 3 ounces here. And I do have, like I said, I got 3 little grams of palladium. I don't have any more than that. I'm thinking of taking half of that platinum that I have, selling it and buying palladium. Just spread my risk over several metals. And rhodium, I don't know, man. You're right. You're right, Redskin. You're right. Exactly. Well, I sold some gold to buy platinum. So was that wise? Was it not? Don't know. It could pay off in the future. Platinum was always worth twice as much as gold. It was always worth that much. But it's only been the last few years where it's gone to half the price of gold. So did I make a good investment? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. And my girls, when they inherit it, they're not going to care one way or the other. They're going to sell it all. They'll take the income and lose all the money in taxes. Now, if they were smart, they can take that investment on a 10-year certain, or maybe it's 8 year now, 8 years certain. They can divide their portion up into 8 payments and take it over 8 years and pay less in income tax. But whether they'll be smart enough to do that, I don't know. We'll sit down, we'll have a talk about it. But right now, I'd keep the gold, I think. I think it'll go a lot higher, but platinum's going to go a lot higher too. Will it go higher than gold, lower than gold? I don't know. I don't know. I just took a chance. I don't know. I just took a chance. See, there's 250, there's 351, there's 600. I know I got another 100 ounces of silver someplace. Yeah, I don't know. I might have 1,000 ounces of silver. I think I do, but I'd have to get it all together and look at it. I don't know. I don't know how many ounces of gold I got. I really don't. I'd have to open up a file here and look, but that has to be a really good suit, buddy. That has to be a really good suit because I'm not paying that kind of money for a suit. I could get some good suits for a hell of a lot cheaper than that. Uh-oh, a lamination error? Is it peeling? Can you see the peel on it yet? I bet that's wore off, but there might be a little piece. I don't know what I'd pay for one. I know I had to rent one when I went when I was groomsman at a wedding. I know I had to get. When was the last time I was in anybody's wedding? Hold up a second. Let me put this away. I got a nice gift for being in a wedding, and it's my wife probably is over at her mother's now. She's off work. I think they had to go to the hospital and have a conversation about her hospice care. No, I got this 50 caliber bottle opener as a gift. See, got my name on it. Even got 6/1/13, June 1st, 2013. That's the last time I was in a wedding. That's a gift I got for being a groomsman. I thought that was awful nice, man. That was awful nice. I had to rent the tuxedo, but you know, I had the white shirt, I had the tie, bow tie. I think I think maybe I rented the bow tie because it came with it. The whole tuxedo, shirt, jacket, pants, shoes. I think, yeah, all of it came together. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't that much, I didn't think, to rent. You know how many bottles I open anymore? Very few fucking bottles. Beer is much better in bottles, but I don't drink anymore, so yes, I preferred beer in bottles. I really did. I don't care what kind of metal you put any kind of corrosive um, liquid into, and I don't care what kind of a plastic or sprayed on plastic liner you have in that aluminum can. There's still going to be some of that shit that leaches into your liquid. That's why I like bottles. You don't have metal. You don't have any of that plastic. Nothing. It's just glass. We need to get back to that. Yes, most are twist off, and I'm okay with the twist off cap. I'm okay with that as long as it's in glass. But like I say, I don't drink anymore. So when I was drinking, I didn't buy vodka in plastic bottles, in gallon plastic bottles. I bought whiskey in glass bottles. My scotch was in glass bottles. Everything was in glass. And I drank it out of a glass. But I got to liking whiskey too much, so had to quit. Well, that, and had an operation too. I had my ankle put back together, and I was on crutches and a knee scooter. I couldn't get down to my shed, which is where my refrigerator is at, with my booze in. And I was sitting here in front of the computer, and one day just made a decision. I might as well fucking quit. Can't get down there anyway. My wife's not going to go down and get it for me. So I just quit. I up and went cold turkey. How many mice have pissed on my can? What can? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yep. Oh, soda can. Mice. Mice don't piss on my cans. I used to keep them in the refrigerator. Ain't no mice getting in my refrigerator. Now I keep batteries and cat food in there. In a warehouse. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I most warehouses, all the warehouses I've ever been around, all have a really good rodent control program, and they have the exterminator come in and put the traps and the poisons and all that stuff around. So most warehouses are pretty well taken care of as far as that goes. But I don't know. That was squirrel pee. It was squirrel pee, Mrs. Coin Crew. It wasn't mice pee. Oh, hey, guess what? I think Ginger's got my bullet done. I told Ginger I wanted a silver 50 caliber bullet, and I sent one down that I had, an actual 50 cal bullet. I have a titanium one. I have my bottle opener one there too. I have my bottle opener one, but let's see if I can bring up the one that. See if I can find it. Here. I don't know if you can see it, but you son of a bitch, quit that. Let's see if I can get it over here where it's darker. Let me go like that. There's my silver bullet so far. Ginger says about 8 ounces. So he's about done with it. It's taken us a little bit to get it there, but I sent 10 ounces down of what did I send down? I sent down a little 925. I didn't have enough for a whole bullet, so I sent down some 999 stuff. And I told him just mix it together. 925, 999 stuff doesn't make any difference. We'll get something like 0.95, 0.96 silver out of it. And so now I got an extra couple ounces down there. I don't know. Maybe I'll have him make a channel around or something. But yeah, that's my titanium. I bought one of these. Come on, you quit it. It's a Don't Tread on Me titanium 50 BMG. Come on, quit being stupid. All right, we're gonna have to do this. That's only 4 ounces there of titanium, though. And it was made in a lathe. You can tell that. But I got a real 50 caliber bullet that has a primer that's been punched. The powder's all been taken out of it. The bullet actually comes out of the neck. I can put the bullet back in. That's the one I sent down to Ginger to use for mold. And then I sent 10 ounces of silver down there. So if he says 8 ounces, there's still 2 ounces of silver down there. I'm going to have him make something else out of the 2 ounces. I don't know what. I don't know what. You don't understand the tread on me? Don't tread on me is an old Revolutionary War motto where it had the coiled rattlesnake. It says, don't tread on me. Don't step on the snake. No step on snake. Because what they're saying to the British government is, don't step on us. Don't do it. And they did it. And we fought them, and we got our independence. Now, see, if the British government had treated the colonies fairly, we would still be British, but they didn't. Yes, the story is, don't step on the snake. You will get bit. It is an allegory. And I really do have to get a silver 45. Maybe that's what I'll have Ginger do. I want a silver 45 and a silver 9mm bullet because I have a silver 12 gauge. That's a heavy bastard there. I don't know what that is. 5. How many ounces is this? Yep, 5 ounces. That's what it felt like. And then I got this one. That's my 308. I need a 223 also. How much does this one weigh? 2 ounces. That's a 2 ouncer. So maybe I'll have Ginger make either 45, 9mm, either one of those or 1 ounce. That would take care of the 2 ounces I got left over. Or a 223, a little bit smaller than this one, a little bit smaller than this one. So it'd be 1 point some ounce, 1.1, 1.5 ounce maybe. But yeah, I got those, but I need a 45, a 9mm, and a 223. Yeah. Plus I got my 50. And you know what? I can get a 20 mic or a 30 mic auto cannon around. Well, I do like my musket ball. I don't know where it came from, but I have it. don't know if my grandpa had it or what, but I got a musket ball. It's interesting where it came from, but yeah, I don't know where it came from, but I can sure tell you it's a musket ball. And I got that too, sitting up there for ammo. Plus, I have my own mortar out there I made. It's same size as a tennis ball or a beer can, soda can. So it'll shoot those too. Or a military smoke canister or a CS canister. It'll shoot those too. Why? How do I know that? Because I've done it. That thing will shoot it. Well, I had it set up at that angle. I don't know how high it went. 300-400 yards. And it went a good 400 yards out. So it was beautiful. Beautiful. Worked fine. Works great for tennis balls. Tennis balls and cans. I can shoot cans quite a ways. And you never want to shoot empty cans. You want to shoot full ones at people. I want to shoot full ones. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's open up the rings. Let's open up the rings, should we? Let's get on here. We'll open up these rings. I actually can't put them on the gun, though. I can off camera, and then lay it down and show you. But I think we're going to end this because we're at 3 hours and 22 minutes. So I think we're going to end this, and then I want to put this on. Yeah, there we go. There's the screws that go. Those are extra screws. Those are extras. Yes, they are. Those are extras. And all of these have to be blue Loctited on. So take this off, put this back together, and save those screws because those are extras. Yep, there we go, just like that. VIP warranty, our unconditional promise to you. Medium height, 0.95 inches, so not quite an inch tall. And you get the scope on there. Yeah, that's going to be good. I don't know how much a 400 kicks. If it kicks just a little bit less than, or a little bit more than the 350, then a little bit more than the 350, then we'll have to mount the scope forward just a little bit. If it kicks like a 223, I think it'll probably kick a little more. I want the eye relief to be, I don't know. We'll have to see what the eye relief on the scope is. Hold up a second. I can sure test that while you're here. The eye relief on the scope will be, come on, 3 inches, give or take. 3 inches, give or take. So mounted hopefully forward of the charging handle. Either that or I'm going to have to get an elongated charging handle to put on. Because it's very hard to get your fingers up and under a scope. Scope is sitting right here. Get your fingers up and under the charging handle to pull. So it depends on where the scope is mounted, but we'll see that real quick. We will see that real quick here. I don't know where we're going to put that, but and where do you want to put your scope mounts at? Well, it depends on where you're putting your scope at. And I don't think you want to put your get on there. Where are you at? I see. You don't want to put your scope on the barrel and the receiver at the same time. So, I mean, your front scope mount and your rear scope mount should both be on the receiver. Not have a scope mount forward of the receiver. You don't want to do that. To have one on the receiver and one on the barrel, because when the barrel starts to heat up, then metal expands and you're going to have expansion differential, and that'll put your scope off. So you want to put them both of the mounts on the receiver, and not one in one. So it's going to look good once I get it done, but there we go. I think we're going to have to do a video on sighting it in too. All right, come here, you. Put this one right back there, I think. And when you get the caps off, you put the scope on. You got to look at stuff. And then put the caps on and see where it sits. Slide it back and forth. Once you get the scope kind of where you want it, then you're going to have to take the caps, put scope on, put the caps on, loose, and then slide the scope back and forth so you get the right eye relief. And then see how it looks on your rifle with too far forward, too far back. Then if it is, either way, then you have to move the scope mounts again to compensate for that. So it's quite a process. In actuality, it's a simple process, but it takes some time. So there you go. I'm going to put that scope on. I'm just going to take a look at this real quick and see, because I got the mounts on the gun already. So I'm just going to take a look here and see what that looks like, kind of. That looks pretty good right there. I might have to move that front one. Might have to move everything forward one. But man, it looks pretty good already right there. I've done this a few times, so it's not like I'm doing this in the blind. I've done this a few times, so I kind of know where I want my scope mounts at. And I'll tell you, let's get that paper out of there. They're already just about where I want them. Just about. So we'll see how that goes, man. Christopher Gadsden, yep, 1775. All right, we're going to end this. I got stuff to do, so we're going to leave this. I got to go out and play with my wood stove. got to get it ready to go for this winter. So, all right, very good. We'll talk at you guys later. It has been 3 hours and 30 minutes, and I really didn't mean for it to go this long. But thank you, everyone, for coming. I appreciate it and talking. And I know we were all over the board today. We were just all over talking about just about any goddamn thing. But yeah, it was fun. Like talking to you guys. So peace out. Thank you. See you later.